Hey, everybody. Welcome to the gang. Great American Experience happens once again. I'm the Wizard of Oz, and this is not my show, but I'm the guy behind the curtain pushing buttons and pulling levers and making sure the show goes on. And this is your show, so grab a link and come up and let's start a conversation. All right. By the way, load your bowl. Prepare for fire in the bowl, and I'll be right back. Enjoy the fire. This, my friends, is my garden. And I killed that rabbit today that ate those leaves right off that plant. Yep, got him. Ranger had a snack today. That's my cucumbers and my okra, and tomatoes, peas to the right there. Yep, and my zucchini. Oh yeah, that's the zucchini. We've harvested like 3 or 4 of them out of there already. Yep.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Jake?
What's up, Wizard? How you doing? We're all going to see the Wizard, the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Sorry.
I'm just filling space until everybody shows up.
Yeah, look, some of them are at some of them are over on Aaron the Tires' stream right now,
Right, right. It's all good.
and I just got done with my stream. Ended it a few minutes ago.
Oh, cool, cool.
I might
What's up,
actually,
Zoom? How you doing,
yeah.
Zoom?
What's up, Zoom? How you doing?
Those are all
Turn.
my heirloom. Those plants right there. Those are all my heirloom beefsteak tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanted to come on because you needed someone to come on and help you.
Oh, well, yeah, we could. Now
You know,
these tomatoes here that you're looking at right now, those are my hybrids. Those are super steak tomatoes, and I've got them super fed. They're like there's tomatoes all over the place on these things.
Platoon says, "Hey, tell Miriam he wants you to tell
I will. I did. Miriam's probably watching already. Now look at these. Look at these tomatoes.
no
They're
pie
already.
tonight. No pie tonight.
Oh yeah, we got pie. We got pie.
Are you guys? You didn't do a stream last night?
Now it's Sunday night. And that's Tanya's night. Tanya Sharma,
Yeah.
Beans Corner. Yeah,
Oh, you're buffering.
I know. I see that. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you said you knew why.
But yeah, look at all those tomatoes. Good Lord, there's another one there. Now
Yeah.
these ain't got tomatoes on them yet, but there's my green pepper plants and some volunteer cucumber plants.
Yeah. How many banana plants are you planting?
How many? What?
Bananas.
No bananas. I'm planting. This is all green beans, whole beans
Yeah.
right here.
Are you doing are you gonna do kale in the winter?
No, not growing no damn kale.
Because people say
No,
kale is a winter vegetable.
let's stick it in the kale. I might have green beans and taters and onions and corn and green peppers and zucchini and tomatoes and cucumbers and okra. Yeah, these are all my potato plants. Whole road, nothing but potatoes. They're looking so good.
Sorry, I had to go use the bathroom. My bad.
Fine, you didn't have to do
Didn't have to tell anybody.
that. Yeah, there's my watermelon plant and my corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh
Hey,
yeah, I got watermelon and cantaloupe coming up.
cantaloupe. That's they call it mushmelon. In the mountains, they call it mushmelon.
And my peach tree.
Peach tree.
Yeah, peaches ain't getting. I'm surprised they're not getting bigger, but
Yeah, you're not in. I don't think you're in Georgia. Georgia makes those peaches good.
well, I don't know if it's just the tree or the type of peaches or whatever, but we send them out so that they would get bigger. They just don't seem to be getting bigger.
Yeah. What about the ground?
I think it's got garden soil ground and it gets watered with the garden.
Yeah. Do you have a? I hate to ask this, but do you have a rain bucket?
A rain bucket.
Rain bucket to catch rainwater.
No, I got a roof.
What is that?
It's a
Oh,
plant.
I know. Is that medical plant?
Spicy tomatoes.
Oh, and that was the stream that we were on right now. I wanted to come on Saturday, Friday or Saturday, but you had people on here.
Yeah, Yeah, we had a full screen and everything. Hey, Bear.
Where?
Badass. He just bought two original compound bows with 80 arrows and three quivers. 60 razor points for 100 bucks. Damn.
Damn.
That's badass, Bear.
Hey Wiz, I gotta run. I just saw you
All
was
right.
on, so I just wanted to come and say hey.
Well, thank you. And you have a good evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great one. So, yeah, man. Um, that's badass, Bear. Here, let me get you a link, man. Come on up and show us some stuff. Nice. That's badass, dude. Shadow Man, what's up, Shadow Man? How you doing? All right, Bear, you got it. In the meantime, fire in the motherfucking boat. Hell yeah. And brought to you by Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farms.com for all your seed needs. He's the man to see. No, Zoom, we're not going to go there. Oh, waiting for Bear. But yeah, no shit, man. I got my aluminum bin. You know what? I forgot to take a video of it. I do have a picture. Do. I'll go ahead and show the picture on camera, I guess. Yeah, that looks better. I made this huge ass bin out of a bunch of junk pallet wood, and it's made for holding aluminum cans. And we got a bunch of them, so I had to make a big bin, and worked out really well. There's another view of it. Can't see that one. Oh, there you go. But yeah, yeah, it's about 8 foot tall. You got pushed around by a punk. What the hell? Well, hopefully that won't happen again. But yeah, no shit, dude. All right, we'll do that. Sorry, guys, just doing some maintenance on my videos. Rock on. All right. So cops were called. Did you beat the shit out of him? Hey Bear, how you doing, bud?
I'm alive.
Rock on. That's the best way to be.
I don't know, man. Yeah, check
Uh,
this out. Ah, here's one of them.
oh wow.
I mean,
No shit. Yeah. That's awesome.
here's the other one. So I got two compounds, and then here's one quiver of arrows.
Wow.
There's another quiver of razor arrows.
Oh man. Yeah, no shit.
And then, there's another quiver with a bunch of arrows.
Wow. Crap.
Ah, there's a box of aluminum shank arrows.
Did you find somebody's wife got pissed off at their husband and stole all his shit and gave
No, actually, I found somebody that's suffering in Biden's freaking America and can't
right?
afford to eat.
Oh
So he had to sell the stuff.
wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And here's another box of the old original wooden bamboo arrows.
Wow. That's badass. Doesn't he realize that could have got stuff to eat?
Well, I mean, he's got to pay bills, whatever. I mean,
Right. No, I'm just saying that's yeah, that looks like a definitely food acquisition kind of tool set there. You know what
yeah,
I'm
well,
saying?
I mean, I got this set here, then I got my two crossbows.
Right.
But I mean, with my crossbows, I can't use them for bow fishing. They're too damn powerful. You can't use them. I mean, they'll shatter the arrow, or it'll go
Right.
so far down into the damn lake that you never get it back. One or the other, because I mean, the crossbows put out. I mean, they're powerful.
Unless
I
you have
mean,
a fishing reel hooked up to them.
no, even with a fishing reel. I mean, no, that's what you're supposed to have with them is fishing reel. But I mean, it had the thing where you could hook it on there, but I haven't found an arrow or a bolt that will take the velocity that this thing puts out. I mean, I shot my crossbow. I shot it at 100 yards. That's at 100 yards. I went to shoot at my target, and I raised up just a little bit because I figured, like on an average, like on a compound or whatever, you got to raise, up a notch or two for 100 yards, So I raised it up just a little bit. That son of a bitch, man, it shot so straight and went just over the top of the target through a 3/4 inch piece of plywood. I found the knock, the little piece that fits in the on the string. I found the knock about 50 yards past the 3/4 inch plywood, and I never did find the bolt. I don't know where it went.
All right. Good Lord.
So yeah, it's a powerful little sucker. The crossbows are powerful.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
You know, they're real powerful. In fact, if you're not paying attention on the crossbows, you can get hurt really bad, or you can bend your arrow in half. You gotta the on the fletching. The fletching's color coded. You always have one ear on the fletching or on the feathers that's a different color. That has to go down into the slide rail.
Right. Right.
If you put like, you know, it's got two yellows and a white. If you put one of the yellows down in there, they'll twist your arrow and can twist it in half upon exiting. It gets real dangerous. It's not recommended. You can't have any twist on your fletching at all. You're not supposed to have any twist,
Right.
you know, because it doesn't require rifling. And when you get on the razor points, like satellite broadheads, etc., like these kind of points here, which are razor wire. The flight of the razor itself spins, and you can't have any real twist on your fletching. If you do, or you have too much twist, it'll override the flight of the arrow, and it'll just twist the dang thing in half. Especially with aluminum shank. I used to use aluminum shanks, and if you had too much twist on the fletching, I mean, it would take and bend the thing right in half. I don't know if this is aluminum or this is composite. It doesn't say. But that's the trick on these things. But I mean, for $100, I couldn't go wrong.
Right. No shit.
I mean, there's $100 worth of arrows there.
Oh, it's just a one box in your hand. There is.
I know. I mean, I pay for my bolts. I'm paying $4.80 to $6 per bolt, so per arrow, and that's without a point. Then a package of 3 of the razors are about $20. You know, when you get they come in a set. You get 3 razors, and then you get 3 weighted that are weighted the same amount of grams as the razor, and they fly the same way for target practice, so you're not dulling up your razors.
Right. Well, welcome in, Lisa. Hey, there's my huckleberry. Rock on. Grab a link. Come on up.
But I figured I couldn't whip that money out fast enough. I didn't want him to change his mind.
Right. Right. I hear you that. Rock on. Yeah, no shit. That's just wow. That's a lot of gear for $100. Fuck, I don't think you can buy one of those compound bows for that.
Well, these are the originals. I mean, it's also got the story about them and all this kind of stuff. These are the originals. These are from 1970 and one of the very first compound bows. So they're also a little bit of a nostalgia, and they're probably even collector's item. Who knows?
Right.
But for me, they're deer killing or a fishing item. I mean, you know, they're not a
Exactly.
fire in the board.
Got it. Hell yeah, buddy. Yeah, no, we man, I finished up that aluminum bin I've been building, and it's done. I'm glad. Check mark. I'm back in the garden again, doing the retaining wall. Get that.
Yeah, I was watching you film the garden there, show the garden there, looking good. Do yourself a favor, pull a couple of plants of everything you got and put them inside, just in case. Because I mean, they're doing some screwy stuff. They've been sending down and freezing up here and doing, the little young sprouts and everything else. They're doing everything they can to keep it where you can't grow your own food.
Right.
Hello, Bear. Hello, Wiz.
Howdy.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
Hanging in there. Just tired and busy today, working outside. Had to trim some
Yeah.
trees, trim stuff
It was
around the
beautiful.
garden.
It was a beautiful day today. Oh my gosh.
It was nice and cool for me to get stuff done more. I wasn't sweating out there and wheezing and passing out. I can't go out when it's too hot.
It didn't even get above 80 degrees today here.
And I did some weed whacking out front, and then I have a drainage ditch which I started cleaning out because if I don't clean it out, start digging the dirt out of there, it'll start flooding my basement.
Right.
Yeah, so I started working on it. I was tired. I was like, my back was hurting, everything was hurting. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this no more. That's it for today.
Right.
I got a few tomatoes growing on my plants. I had to take off one little pepper, because it was so tiny and stuff like that. I took that off. And I have one there just about getting big. My groovy zucchini, I tried that. That died. So no green beans, no zucchini. I'm going to try one more time and that's it. I'm done.
Oh, wow.
It was like I ain't having luck with it.
Yeah, they're killing plants here deliberately. I mean, they'll sit there and you'll have 90-degree weather.
Even my scallions, I like the start of the season, they freaking died. I do water them, it's like, bye.
What do you say, Bear? I was saying they're doing everything they can to kill the growing season here. I mean, out here mainly is beets. People grow beets, beans, and we've already lost a set of beets. They planted beets; they were already destroyed. And then the farmers, like my boss, it's not worth the diesel to plant. I mean, when diesel $5.53 a gallon, that's a lot of money when you got to plant, 1,500 acres. That takes a lot of diesel.
Right.
And then them coming back through the storms, and destroying it all.
I had to trim the trees back too. I had to, I had a pair of stuff that, like those clipper things, tree trimmers. I had got one of those and I was like cutting that way back so I can cut the grass. I was like, I ain't doing it today. It ain't going to happen. I'm hurting. I'm done.
Right.
After digging that part of that ditch out, I was like, that's it. I'm back. Done. I'm done. And that weed whacker, I have to switch back and forth my arm, my hands because it like vibrates so much and it hurts. And I'm like, oh, what the hell?
Right.
I wouldn't have much to do with weed whacking, just my back and like under my porch, but the person up front doesn't want to do it in front of their house because of my car. All I have to do is ask me to move it. How stupid is that? Because I refuse to cut the grass up there. It's too much for me. I'm getting older. There's no way I can do two things at once and weed whack everything. Hell no.
All right, Bear. Now you're talking. Look at you. You with that teaser out there just killed me, ain't you? Yeah.
That's tomorrow. I some people know I run a movie stream 24/7 over on Vaughn.
Hey, Bruce,
normally,
hi, Uncle Barry.
I call Barely TV. And that's only because I'm barely TV. I don't like programming, and I let it play what the hell it wants. It's got 700 movies to choose from. I never know what it's going to play or when it's going to play it. But tomorrow is dedicated. Tomorrow is Star Trek Tuesday. And so tomorrow I'll be playing Season 2, Episodes 7 through 13 of Star Trek TNG, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and Enterprise. And that'll be for 24 hours. I'll be all night, all day. I'll be turning it on tonight at midnight here, and then it's because that's considered Tuesday, and then it'll play. That's the only one I program. Everything else is no programming.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got a lot of great tips from a friend about, with the tomato pan, trimming the bottom stuff up a little bit. And she said to pull off the tiny ones when they start, because then you'll get bigger ones.
Right.
Great tips. But I told her I don't have luck when I started from seeds. So I just think I should just put the seeds in the garden along with my rosemary and let it go. Just let it go. And maybe
a lot of people can't afford Netflix there, guy. And I won't promote Netflix since it wants to promote pedophilia.
We canceled Netflix a long time ago. We canceled cable a long time ago. I don't care for it. I'm just sick of all this craziness. I can't deal with it.
I'm not gonna pay them to type into my fucking life. Yeah.
Yeah. Better things to do.
Yeah.
Take care of the home front. Screw them all.
It wouldn't be so bad if they played decent movies, but no, man, they're playing the pedophilia and all this pushing the cuties and all kinds of crap. They can stuff that stuff up their ass, man. I mean, they don't deserve to even be on at all. I won't give them my money. That's for damn sure.
Oh, yeah. You know who else is doing it? The toy companies, too. They're pushing all that shit. Where they had these little dolls where if you put them in cold water, ice water, it shows they have negligees on and stockings.
Yeah, it's getting sick out.
Found them out, and then there's this doll that does it too. That says like sexual things, and nope.
Weird.
And a mother brought it to attention, had the dolls pulled. Yep. Why would you even do that? That's just disgusting.
Well, they got to destroy the child.
Yep.
They got to destroy the innocent.
Well, I don't have a pie tonight, but what I do have is I made me double chocolate smile cake.
That's nice.
Chocolate, cream, cheese, smile.
What's the pie of choice tonight, Wiz?
Holy shit. It is cherry pie tonight.
Oh, nice.
It's pie and cake time. For me, it's smile cake. I got to have cake.
Time for
pie.
I'm going to go get my cake.
Yep, I'm going to get my beer. Get your pies and cakes.
Yeah, it's time for pie. The pie famine is over. Yeah. At least for the time being.
Hey, Wiz, how is Kimmy and how is Don and how is Apex and
Don's doing good.
Let's see, I'm trying to think.
She's doing better. She's not in a hospital. She's doing okay.
Kimmy was in the hospital. Oh wow! What happened?
She ended up getting dehydrated.
Oh wow! She needs to take care of herself. Can't hydrate herself.
Yeah.
How's Don doing?
Hey, Sue Studio, welcome in, dear Butch.
Hey, Platoon, Sue Studio. Stitchhead, Miss Miriam, hello.
Hey, what's up, Ghost? Of course, Huckleberry, not Huckleberry.
Ghost Adventure, hello.
Wild Bill.
Hi, Ragged Cool. Where's Wild Bill? Dear Butch. Oh, there he is. Canoes. Okay.
No, the news is we're using his channel right now.
Oh yeah. How's he doing?
I haven't heard from him yesterday, but last I heard, he, getting through it.
Yeah.
He's having problems with headaches and stuff like that.
Wow. It's like everybody's going through shit.
Yeah, whole world's going through shit.
Yeah, we all are going through shit. We just gotta suck it up, buttercups, and go on about our lives and take care of our home front. Check on our family, our friends, dear friends.
Just keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't buy their shit. Don't pay attention to their rhetoric.
Tulu.
Live your life. Right? Live your life.
They're all nut jobs. Everybody's celebrating the what is it? Roe versus Wade. Leaving it up to state who should have been the whole time. And then you got these little freaking boys. Oh, they're crying. Little libtards. Well, if you want the government running your life, you are an idiot. Basically telling you what to do with your body. You are an idiot. There goes the venture.
Ragged, you may be doomed, but we ain't. I'm saying, friend. You may be.
Get us down. We're gonna push through everything until we can't push no more. Until our body says "F you." Time to go.
All this is for a purpose, guys. All of this is for a purpose. I mean, it's gonna get real rough. It's gonna get real rough. But the thing of it is it divides the people, and those that are lukewarm and stuff are gonna get, they're gonna give up. They're gonna get spewed out of the mouth, basically. And you're gonna have two types, and we're already starting to see them. We're starting to see the Christians.
Mm-hmm.
And those who serve Satan, and it's becoming more and more and more pronounced, and that's going to happen. We haven't got to the point, back in 33 AD, all the way up to 66 AD, let's say, the Apostle Paul was sitting there, and guess what? He was collecting Christians. Just because they didn't believe in the same thing, everything is the same as it is today. But he was turning them into candles and stuff. We haven't had that happen yet. So, I don't think our Christianity has really been tested that hard yet. I mean, fortunately, we live in a nation that respects Christianity. So far, anyway. It's changing quick, but.
Howdy, Wizard. Don Bird, Lisa.
Yeah, Ragged, it's your fault because you're British. That's right. It's all your fault. What's up, Bruce?
Hey, there was a bear in town. The ranger said the bear was looking for her cub. I decided not to take a walk. It was a black bear.
Well, yeah. Either way, black bear is still a formidable bear, especially when there's a cub involved.
Not much. What's up with you guys?
What's up, C-Deb? How you doing?
Good to see you, Don Bear. Don Bear's right. Yep.
Rock on, dear Butch. Thank you.
Christianity is making a comeback, especially after the Supreme Court ruling. What they say on the news, 1 million new Republicans
Well, you remember what I told you on that last blood moon we had? Remember the blood moon we had? Remember what I told you? The age of Soros is over.
They say 1 million new Republicans have left the Democrat Party, changed their registration.
Yep. And that's just the ones that are saying they're going to change. Yeah.
No, I'm not saying, it's about Republican or Democrat, but that's a good indication that, we're going back to traditional conservatism, which is based on Christianity.
Well, that's good to hear, Deb. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, well, you know what? Like I said, there's only one way to win this, guys. You have to be on God's side. We all know God wins. Be on God's side and be right with God, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. It's as simple as that. You follow the rules, you win the game. Simple as that. So I'm not worried about none of that. I might have a bit of a skewed perspective because I've been dead twice, but I'm afraid of none of this bullshit. I know the rules, and I know how to win the game, and that's all that matters. You be right with God, you win the game. All there is.
That's right. Strive to do good, and when you sin, ask forgiveness and turn from the sin. Try to do better.
Don't sin.
That's all I can ask for. Well, that's almost impossible, but strive not
I
to.
do pretty good at not killing people. I've gotten really good at not killing people. But that's why we have fire in the motherfucking bull.
Oh,
That's
shit.
that's why God gave us weed.
Yay.
He's saved.
I'm getting real good at not killing people.
None for me tonight.
Fire in the bowl.
Not with my sinuses and stuff. Ugh.
Yes, repent actually means go back the other direction, turn 180 degrees around.
It's called learn your lesson. Move on. Don't do it again.
Can I have your gemstone thing so I can show them that cool bulb?
It don't matter, Reagan. You don't have to be religious. Okay? It's not about being religious. It's not about none of that. It's about you being right with God. That's it. Okay? None of this ritual fucking bullshit. One-on-one with you and God. That's all there is. You gotta get right with him. Whatever that means for you, that's what you gotta do.
I know whack jobs. Oops.
Yeah, you got it. Repent meaning turn away as well. Yeah. Turn away from the sin. What's up, Dev? We the people, baby. That's right. That's the shit.
Howdy, Bruce.
We are God's army. That's what it is. We the people. We are God's army. We just got to own up to it.
Well, we've got two Bruces now, one in chat. So I guess you guys could call me Batman.
It's okay.
Bruce.
Batman. Hello, Batman.
What you been up to, Lisa?
What have I been up to? Well, I was weed whacking today, trimming trees, making sure my garden was clear of all the weeds.
Oh yeah, you got a big place, big spread, big yard, big garden.
I got a big yard. I'm an apartment. There's like an apartment up front. It's like a duplex kind of.
I have a gravel parking lot.
And I was supposed to, because we have the longest driveway, was supposed to do the front grass and weed whack all that, and and then do my back rest. I was like, no, I'm getting older. I can't do it anymore. Hey, canoes.
Hey,
Hey,
Canoe.
Howdy,
how you
howdy.
doing, buddy?
But I was
What's
like,
up?
I told him, I said to my landlord, he's got to do some work. He's a guy. He needs to take care of his own shit. I need to take care of what I need to because it's too much for me. So now he does his own grass, does his own weed whacking. Good Tulu for you. Make my life easy.
Hey, Canoes, you look like you're feeling a lot better now.
Yeah, you look a lot better. Looks like you lost a lot of weight too.
What's going on, Canoe?
Can you
Yeah, I've
hear us?
lost the weight, but yeah. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
I think there might be a little bit of
Hey,
a
how's
delay.
Pat doing with his diet?
Hey, Deb. Hey, I gotta drop
Hey,
out,
DeBoer.
guys. My CPU is giving me hell because I
Oh,
also
really?
run.
All right, Bear.
Yeah, I
Take care.
run two streams 24/7 and try and do this too. It's not having much time, and it's getting a little pissed.
Well, come back
So
in a little bit.
Night Bear.
Yeah, come back in a little bit.
I gotta let the GPU at least cool down a little bit because it's a little pissed off right now.
All right, okay. Come back before midnight because I turned into a pumpkin.
No, you melt. You melt.
Peace out, everyone. Never
Bye,
forget
Bear.
God's in control. He's got this. So relax. We're just along for the ride.
Yo,
Enjoy. And actually enjoy the ride. We're all this is for a reason. It's going to build us up, and you'll thank God for it later because all this here is going to prepare us for what's to come because it's going to be a little tight and a little hard. So, anyway, peace out. Have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
see you in a bit.
Now I'll finish what I was saying to Bruce, aka Batman. And I was like, we have a drainage dish out front. Like, if you don't clean it out, it floods the basement. So I did cleared half of that. I was done. I was like totally white after weed whacking and trimming the trees and having to do out front. And I was done. I was like, I only did half of it. I'll finish it tomorrow. Before we're supposed to get thunderstorms, so my basement does not flood. So
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it does. It's like I can't even go outside and put stuff in the trash. or because I'll be walking in a puddle. That's how bad it is. It's just like everything because the way my driveway is, everything just like runs down the driveway.
No ragged days or full moon tonight. No full moons tonight.
Thank
Hey,
God.
I think it might be a new moon.
Oh, I got to see my first eclipse.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, it was cool. I was like, wow. I tried to videotape it. It didn't turn out so good. I was like, I gave up. I just sat out there and watched it.
Speaking of the moon, that it's very rare, but the first 5 inner planets except Earth are all in a straight line in the sky for the last week of June. If you get up early, an hour before dawn, you can see Mercury. You see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter and Saturn are all lined up in a straight line. Except, or else we wouldn't be able to see the line in the sky if we were in the same line.
You can't see Saturn without a telescope anyway, right?
Yeah, it's yellow. Yep. Mars is orange. Saturn's yellow. Jupiter's white. Looks like a star. Venus is white. Mercury is really hard to see.
Well, the new moon is tomorrow night. So, yep, Tuesday night will be the new moon.
I planted my catnip indoors on the full moon, the solstice. I planted on the solstice. I've got 8 seedlings that just popped up.
Mm.
I bought a grow lamp at Lowe's Hardware for $18 fucking dollars. It's a LED grow lamp that's got like super red wavelength for leaf growth and flowers. Could be worse. It's not like I'm trying to grow a huge amount of weed or anything.
Right?
That's exactly what the dude at Lowe's said. I was like, dude, I can't find your grow lamps. He's like, we've only got 2 or 3 left. I bought the biggest ones because I was going to grow weed. Because he says, I got a medical marijuana card. Man, this makes like the 4th year I've tried to grow catnip indoors. Last 2 times, they got this, what's it called? White woolly fungus on them. I had to just throw it out in the dumpster. That sucked.
Oh yeah, I don't know what causes that. Like fungus starts growing and stuff. It's
It was
really
a 60-year-old
Right.
apartment I was in.
Ragged, I'm going to say this. If you can see Uranus,
Uranus.
pull your head out of your ass.
That's funny.
Ragged, if you can see Uranus, pull your head out of your ass.
Hey Wiz, I finally did install that new flagpole.
Oh, yeah?
To hold the flag. Yep, it's awesome. The other one that
Awesome.
horrible, yeah. And I got to fly my flag. Yeah, I was happy.
Let that freedom flag fly, baby.
Oh,
Right.
it hasn't been put out after that other one broke. It was flimsy anyway. I bought a stronger one. I paid more money for it at Lowe's, but
Let that freedom flag.
it was nice. It's going to be flying the 4th of July, that's for sure. And it comes in after dark and stuff like that. I had to look up like about you can wash your flag if it's like if you were allowed to, and it says you can wash your flag. Keep it clean, keep it out the rain, and it says take it down. Just don't put it out in bad weather and stuff. I can't believe some people just leave their flags out. That's just horrible. That's terrible.
No, skull Drazer. I think it was the shag carpet in my apartment was from the 1970s, and there was probably all kinds of human waste products in it.
Ugh, gross.
I know.
That's
I don't live there anymore, though. I'm in a new place, brand new carpet. And of course, the landlord didn't give a shit when I asked him to replace the carpet. Yeah, that 1.5 inch long puke orange shag carpet from the 70s. Oh God.
Hey, Skull, I want to show you this. Said you put down your saw. I built that aluminum stand today. Finished it up.
Oh, that's nice. That's awesome.
That's all out of power. I wouldn't use that stuff for nothing else.
Do you have it on your channel? Did you videotape it?
I didn't do a video on it yet.
Oh, you should. Oh, so I can get
I know that.
Wait, what was that?
notifications.
It's it's an aluminum bin I built.
For what? To hold what?
Aluminum can.
Oh, recycling. Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's 8 foot tall in the back, so it's gonna hold all the cans we got and then some. So, but we're saving them up so we'll be able to
snap peas.
forge them again, forge with them and forge them down into casting or whatever we need, kind of thing in the future. Yeah. I've got a propane forge and all that stuff. So
batteries in here.
yeah, we're gonna be melting them down in the future.
North Carolina dead.
Yeah, there's that battery.
I'm reading the comments. Sorry, I'm reading them out loud.
Yeah, I'll
I,
do a video on it. I mounted the can crusher on the front of the damn thing. We put it in place. I got it all done today. Check mark. I've been meaning to build that thing for about a year and a half. I think I talked about building it when you were out here, Canoes. Yeah, I got to build a bin to hold all those damn cans.
Canoes is being quiet. What's up, man?
he's typing in the chat.
Oh, let's see.
It's time to kick the goat.
Fire in the bowl.
I'll fire something up there.
You can make up your own sound effects, but there's the goat.
Dude, did you see the Tanya?
Rock on.
Dude, did you see Tanya's video last night where this horse picks up one of these rubber chickens that squeaks, and the horse is biting on it and he's flipping it up and down? It's funny.
Yeah, that was annoying as hell.
Annoying. I think that's the one where if you squeeze it, his eyes pop out and pop back in.
Yeah, believe it or not, signs are a great source of feedback.
Hand sawing a piece of aluminum.
All right.
Look online, Info Bear. You should be able to find a better one.
Smoke out of an apple.
Smoke out of an apple.
Well, that's what he usually does.
Hey, smoke out of foil. There you go. Make a foil bowl.
Right. Fire up another apple.
Crazy, but yes, large sculptor. My son made one. We didn't have one. He was creative. I told him that's a waste of my foil. But it worked. I wonder if he burned himself. Who knows? Anything to get high.
Yeah, you can make a decent temporary bowl out of an aluminum can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You make a bong.
A zip can.
But now here's the thing: when you do that, every kind of drink can, beer, aluminum can, etc., most people don't know this, has a slight polyurethane sprayed on liner on the inside, which you should burn off.
Oh, thanks.
You should burn that liner off, or else you're going to smoke polyurethane on your first.
Well, not to mention the paint that's on the outside of the can.
And the outside paint too.
But if you're in a fix to get a real, quick buzz, it's a lot easier to use a can than making a pipe out of foil.
I've done it more times than I can count.
All you need to do is put an indentation in the far end of the can away from the mouth, enough to put your weed in, and then take like a safety pin or a push pin, put a couple holes in it to make a screen. You're all set.
Yep.
I've done it before.
Burn the can, burn the bud.
And then take a sharp knife point and make little slits in a circular spot on the top, about the size of a nickel, for your bud to sit on. And a bigger little hole for carburetor.
Yeah,
Got to have a carburetor.
you're getting technical there.
Yeah. It was part of our field exercise training.
Shit.
Yeah. Because it was the thing, man. That was the thing. Man. You had to use your rank insignia and make the can, make a zip can. Boom, boom, and you put it right back on. Nobody knows nothing.
Poke holes with the pin.
Yeah, pin off your rank insignia. Yeah.
They taught us how to make a pipe from those black plastic military issue ink pens. It's got this little steel collar in the middle where both ends screw together. And that's
Yep.
really wicked because you're smoking hot plastic, but it works.
Well, the idea is not to burn it down that much. You just
Right.
make it warm better kind of thing, you know? Yeah. But yeah. Then you put the pin back together and they can't figure out where it smells come from.
Yep. Oh, the Navy taught me a lot of stupid shit. I'm telling you.
Hey, Magic Dust Bowl, welcome in.
Hey, Magic Dust Bowl, what creek? The creek here? The one that I
Hi,
said?
Magic Dust Bowl. Hi, Screaming Eagle.
The creek here that I said was about the flood is down. It's back down to normal flow. We did not get flooded.
Okay.
So has anyone here ever made a homemade crawfish trap? I'm about to attempt it with this stuff called galvanized hardware cloth. Let's see, where is it? I can show it to you.
Yeah. Just let me know how it works. I'm interested. Shit.
I've got a whole roll of it, and I've got some wire, and the regulation is it's supposed to be no more than 2 feet long with 2 cones. You got to make cones that insert
Right.
both
Yeah.
ends with a small opening. You've done it,
I've seen them. Yeah.
and the opening on the inside is supposed to be so small that crawfish check in, but they don't check out.
Right.
And what is it, for eating or for bait?
So I called Fish and Game Wizard, and I asked them, and they said until this year there were no regulations in this state at all on crawfish traps. Now it has to be 2 feet long by 12 by 12 inches, and if you leave it more than 24 hours in a body of water, you have to have your name, your fishing license number on it. You got to have a fishing license to catch crawfish. I'm like, fuck.
Right.
And they said, well, my buddy told me to use canned cat food for bait. And she was like looking it up. You could hear her flipping pages in the book. She's like, damn, I don't know where that would fall under. That's called dead bait. No, you're really supposed to use the entrails of fish that you caught. And she goes through this long list of like 8 different kinds of fish guts you can use. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? They're going to regulate how we breathe oxygen next? Just when I try to do something.
Yeah. They're going to try. They're trying.
But
I don't think you're going to get away with it no more.
what would you use for bait in your crawfish?
I don't know. That's just one more thing I'm learning.
Well, this guy says here, cat food, canned cat food.
Seems I've heard that before too. So yeah, maybe there's something to it.
My sunglasses are red. Magic Dust Bowl.
I would think that a can of tuna would do it too.
Right. But you think about how canned cat food stinks like hell when you open it up and you sniff it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of aroma.
Now you're supposed to put that in, but if you put it in the water,
No, you wrap it up in a little piece of cloth in the center of the trap, attached to the inside before you stick the cones in.
okay.
because it'll dissolve and float away quickly if you don't. Right.
Right.
This will be my first time, dude. I don't know if I'm even gonna do it. It's an idea. I'm
Yeah,
going.
dead animals in a can. Right.
Right. It makes me think of that movie, District 9, with the fucking aliens. All they would eat is canned cat food. Remember that?
Right. Different night. Yeah, I remember that. They love their cat food.
That's a fucking wild ass sci-fi movie. If you guys have never seen District 9, you gotta
So
see
it says if I have a can of tuna, I'm eating it.
it. Right?
Prawns. They should have made a sequel to that movie.
Guess what, dude? The main actor in that movie just made a movie about Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber.
Yeah, yep, I know.
I haven't seen it yet. Can't even remember the actor's name.
But yeah, crawfish is good eating.
And dude, I've never eaten a crawfish. I don't know why. I never had the
Little
opportunity.
lobsters. They're just little lobsters.
That's what my neighbor's telling me.
Yep.
It tastes like just small lobsters.
Yep. Little lobsters. It's good as hell. Oh man. That's a pan with a lot of butter in it.
How
A
about
little bit
garlic?
of lemon, and you just throw all that in there.
Old Bay spice?
You can use that.
So you saute them in butter.
Butter and garlic, yeah.
Butter and garlic. Yeah. Sounds good.
Hell yeah. It's awesome.
So did you guys hear Wizard? Did you hear about the Amtrak wreck in Missouri today? A dump truck was on the railroad crossing and an Amtrak collided with a dump truck. Derailed 8 cars. There's 3 people dead.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, 2 passengers on the train are dead, plus the driver of the dump truck. It was a mess.
Wow.
Well, it's good to see you guys. I'm glad that you weren't in that train or Wizard.
Right. I don't get on public transportation. No
I
more.
rode an Amtrak about 11 years ago.
Nope, I don't get on public transportation anymore. No more.
Yeah. I ain't flying in again.
I mean, I'll rent a car, but I ain't getting on a plane or a train or a bus. They can get my ass.
Yeah.
You know the rest.
If I really have to go across state lines, I'm driving my own fucking car.
Right. It don't matter. I'm driving my vehicle.
What? Affleck. Being Affleck. 10-year-old son reverses a pricey Lamborghini into a parked BMW. How old was he, Magic Dust Bowl?
10-year-old.
10. Wait a minute. What? Why is a 10-year-old
That's right there. Anything. Ben Affleck's 10-year-old son.
Yeah, I know, but they say
Wait,
that.
what did you do? You just skipped over the 10 years old.
Well, this is the media. It's probably, he was probably like 8.
Holy shit. Ford derailment in 4 days.
And Lamborghinis cost what? $250,000? 200,000? What a waste. Yeah, TMZ. All right, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, well. No, I didn't make a bid, Huckleberry. Sorry. I know I was supposed to. But I got a lot of shit done today. So, and I'll be getting a bunch of shit done tomorrow, too. I got to put a battery in my solar system. I got to put my battery to add into it. I got to run wire for the solar panels and a couple for the silver creation stuff. I got to put the rest. I got to bring those pallets over, cut the containment area between the fair point, and get that done. Those berries. Yeah. What's up?
Hey,
Check you out, Mr. Infowar.
hey, does this thing work?
How'd it
Yeah.
go?
Info Warrior.
Mr. Wayne, always a pleasure.
You
My
too,
fellow
sir.
bubblehead, or not fellow bubblehead, but bubblehead,
Squid.
fellow squid, but bubblehead.
Yes, sir.
So, the only reason I jumped on is, Wiz, can you
What's up?
use it's called a micro inverter. It's 1,000-watt micro inverter, 20 to 45 watts, 20 to 45 volts DC input, and 120 volts AC output.
What's the
1,000
input again?
watts. 20 to 45 volts. It's a variable input.
Variable input? Yeah, I could use that.
Okay.
Yeah, sure could.
Brand new in a box. I'm just rummaging through the building and found it and was like, well, fuck.
Rock on. Hell yeah. Yeah. I can bring it up on a 24 volt set. Yeah.
Skull, what is up? My brother and my electronic brother. You JST crimping, you JST 254 crimping fool. Sorry, it's an inside joke between me and Skull. Anyway,
Hey, I need to figure out how to build a soft start circuit for a 110 volt system. And it's not the kind of soft start set that I'm seeing when I do the research. Using a capacitor, and
you don't need a capacitor. Your idea of capacitor is old school.
right,
Sorry.
right.
They're doing all that in software now. They're doing all that with FETs and fucking microprocessors.
Okay, right. I've been seeing some of that stuff.
Okay.
And I want to put, I want to make, I think I found a video of one that I'm seeing right now, but I was also looking at the capacitance filter. You know what I'm talking about? Using a capacitor as a buffer for energy draw from heavy use. Have you seen that? You remember
I
those?
have,
You put them on.
but I don't remember it the way you remember it. No. I remember as a starting as a motor starting capacitor to overcome, what is it, LFA, I think it is, leveraged force amps.
Right.
The current it takes to move the fucking armature from dead zero to, turning like a bitch. That's
Right.
upwards of, I mean, on some of my air conditioners, that's upwards of 70 amps.
Right. Exactly. Right. So you build a
what's the
circuit.
question?
Well, I'm seeing a couple options of building them, but I remember back when I had my house, my big place, and we put a capacitor on that box.
It ain't that easy anymore. Those motors, the motor start circuits have become substantially more sensitive. And
Okay.
you just can't ram through fucking the capacitor power that you're thinking about doing that we used to do. I understand what you're trying to do. You just can't do it. Starter circuits are substantially more sensitive, but they're also better timed to manage that LFA current. And dude, I know you don't like me saying this, but you can buy soft starters for ACs of any magnitude you need on on the internet.
Yeah, couple $300, shit like that.
I know. I just bought one. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hold on, don't move. What the fuck Tara? What'd you do with my soft starter? What'd you do with the 80 soft starter? Well, fuck me running.
Blaming the dog.
There she is.
Well, I'm just saying I need to put one on my fridge.
Okay, on your fridge.
Yeah.
Okay. This one.
Every time it hits so hard, it'll drain the circuit and pop the inverter early.
This one is for a 5-ton train air conditioner.
Right. You're running 240 VAC. I know. Yeah.
Goddamn background. Anyway, you're right. It's $269.95 shipping and handling and tax and title and this, that, and the other thing. But I've put 2 of them on the RV already, and they work like a champion. I absolutely love them, love them, love them.
For your AC units? Yeah.
For the AC units on the RV, it lets me soft start those big old 15,000 and 20,000 BTU joints.
Right.
While even on the generator on a 30 amp circuit, it just gives me a lot of options to be anywhere I need to be. That's all.
Right.
But yeah, I've already, and I climbed up on top of the fucking RV twice and strapped this bitch in and wired it in 127,000 fucking degree heat. I want to add. I will never forget that fucking day.
You have your foil fire suit on? Yeah.
I did. Long pants, knee pads, fucking big shirt, long sleeves, gloves, leather, still dripping fucking dripping. I was fucking I was melting like a goddamn puddle of fat. I'm serious, like a big old slab of fat back in a hot fucking greasy skillet. That's pretty much me.
127,000
fucking degrees, exactly.
Yeah.
Not that I'm bitter. I'm not bitter, but I'm not bitter. What's up, platoon? Got you, brother. How are you today? I didn't see Skull. Where's Skull at? I wanted to see him.
Wizard, I got a question.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to manap.
You're fine.
So I met my new neighbor here, and she tells me that she's an Army veteran first, and then later on she says, I was a paratrooper too. I even did a halo jump. So paratroopers are Army, Marines, or both? I didn't know.
All service branches have airborne people except for the Coast Guard.
I want to be an airborne ranger.
Yeah.
I want to live the
Just
life
a
of
squid.
Danger. Yep.
Yeah,
I thought the paratroopers were old school Army, but that's just me.
Thanks. I figure the term could be used in different branches. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty interchangeable, especially when you're doing halo jumps from 35,000 feet.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's mostly Army and Navy SEAL type shit.
SEALs
Right,
like
but
to do that.
I'm thinking,
Strapping on some flippers.
do they call those Marines paratroopers?
That's the question.
Nah, that's more like Marine, what they call Force Recon.
Recon.
Yeah. I got that. I mean,
The Air Force even has them. You know, all their Air Force Special Ops guys, the combat controllers, the combat weathermen, the JTAC guys. They all do that shit too.
Okay.
Everybody's got their own little sliver of operator. Everybody
Right.
wants to
And
be
the
a
Army?
different operator, baby.
Yeah, and UFO in the Army, that's the Airborne Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what those are.
When they were originally called Airborne Ranger, I mean, there was like two special forces. There were the Airborne Rangers, which was when they said that, they referred specifically to the 82nd Airborne Ranger Group. And these were the badasses from World War II.
Yeah.
But before that, there was nobody. I mean, then there was Delta Force, but
Right.
you know, and
was
Navy
still
SEALs
there.
got a long history, yeah, but
Delta's still around.
There was the Devil Dogs from Montana, the actual first SEAL. Yep, came from right here down the road from me. They call themselves the Devil Dogs. But there's a lot of shit I don't know.
everybody's got their own little
right.
slice of operator heaven, and that's cool. Me, I'm a twidget. I operate with the fucking 0 to DC to light is what we call it.
Now they may be
I operate
referring.
in the. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I interrupted. Go ahead.
No, I mean that's everybody gets their specialty. Like I said, mine's a twidget. I'm an EW, an old crow guy. And
Well, you don't have to tell anybody you are. I love you, Don. Just want to say hi.
I'm just another scumbag, but thank you very much.
Thanks,
No, you're
Don.
not.
EW.
You know what? You may be talking about airborne infantry.
Just hope you're doing well, and the missus is.
I am. Thank you very much. Hope you're well also, Lisa.
Right, Don? EW is electronic warfare.
It is. Yes, sir.
See, ding. I remember something from the military.
The answer, Bruce, is I believe that she was referring to airborne infantry.
Right. Well,
All right, guys.
airborne.
You all have a good night. All right.
Have a good evening, Lisa.
Yeah, you have good. Sweet
Don't
dreams.
stress too hard.
Yeah, dream well.
But I think that's pretty cool that a woman did all that shit.
Yeah, she might have been airborne infantry.
Well, she said she was Army, so I don't know.
Yep.
Well, I mean, watch out. She might just grab you by the scruff of your neck and take her away with you.
Yeah. What are your ideas about this?
We're going to pick huckleberries when they're ripe in about 2 weeks from now because it's way up a fucking dirt road on this mountaintop and there's grizzlies everywhere. And last time I went and picked huckleberries alone, I got this spooky fucking feeling that something was watching me, And I'm like, I don't want to. She's like, I'll go with you. I'll go pick
That sounds like a date. That sounds like a date to me.
Yeah, dude.
You and airborne up there, you never know what could happen.
Well, I have
she'll
wheels.
be up next to a tree, and
I have wheels, and she doesn't. Her car died before she moved in.
There you go. I'm telling you.
We'll see.
Chicks have had sex. Chicks have had sex with me for less. I'm just saying.
Man. But
remember, I'm weird. Okay, just remember,
at
I'm weird. So don't gauge anything you ever do against anything that I say.
Yeah, I'm not weird. I'm eccentric. Just close.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's cool.
Oh man, I'm gonna get in a whole lot of trouble, Don. But she is my age at least, so.
Well, there you go. Just start out making friends.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Just start out making friends.
Yeah.
Plus, you're both ex-military, and that is a good place to start.
Yep.
My brother's in the military. I always have I start from a position of respect.
Until now, I was the only veteran in the whole apartment. I don't know how it worked out that way.
There you go. Start a little vet thing. Start a little, hey, we're going to meet here at 8 p.m. every Thursday night at have a couple beers and this, that, and the other thing.
Oh, this chick's so cool, man. She sits out here and plays guitar on the front patios, She plays
got
pretty
a full
good.
panel. A lot of people. People,
Hey,
people, people. Just whip it out and shrug your shoulders. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? That's
No, she's told me some pretty fucking
that's true finesse there. Hey, Huck, how you doing? Miriam, how are you? Screaming? I'll smack her ass, Zoo, but she's well, yeah. I ain't going there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what redneck foreplay is, right? Get in the truck, bitch.
Hey, Wizard.
What's
Okay.
up, Alan? What's
Not
up,
much.
Alien
What
Zoo?
is happening, sir?
Not much. It wasn't as hot today. It was around 90 degrees.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I laugh in your general direction.
Who is
How
that?
was the day, Don?
Hot. It was 107 outside, okay, where there was a light breeze and 107. In the building where I was doing my work, I got a new toy, by the way. The building where I was doing my work was 115.
Oh,
I wonder when these big cities and everybody's got their AC on, I wonder how much we as humans are adding to the heat. Like, is it significant? Is it not significant? Because
so are you going to go on a CO2 thing? Are you trying to make a CO2 calculation out of that, or what?
No, I don't know. I didn't say anything about CO2. I'm not saying anything about that. I don't give a shit anything about that. I'm just saying heat-wise.
Then let me ask the question: how would the human race add to the heat factor?
Because we're all sitting inside cranking air conditioners, which produces more heat outside.
not all of us.
Compared to a volcano.
Okay.
Volcanoes produce 10 million times more heat than an air conditioner.
Yeah, but volcanoes aren't running.
Yeah,
well, they are
over
running.
127.
I kind of got to go with Mr. Wayne on this.
There's over 127 erupting volcanoes on the surface of the planet at any given time. Over 100.
I'm just was asking a question. We don't got to go like too deep into it.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
I know, obviously, like if everybody in New York City has their air conditioner on and it did raise the heat, it's not probably going to affect people in like Pennsylvania or anything else. I'm just wondering, like in that exact area, because like just from like doing house remodeling and working on houses, I could tell you get around them AC things and they're cranking out heat because it's just cold.
It is a genuine fact that larger metro areas are hotter, a couple of degrees in one way, sometimes 10 degrees are hotter than that. The surrounding rural areas.
The streets, the asphalt soaks up all that solar heat in the day and emits it all.
People density. Just the sheer density of people and
right.
Yeah, it's been documented that metro areas are up to 10 degrees hotter than the surrounding. I mean, just look at a weather map. When your local guy pulls up a weather map, look at the outlying area, temperature of the outlying area versus the temperature of Midtown.
I got one. A story for you. Now, I used to have one of my cars had the computer that always gave me the temperature outside, and I drove into St. Louis every day. Okay, and you get into St. Louis, and the temperature would be like 95 degrees. You get outside of city, and it would be like 88 degrees. And then you get outside the suburbias, and you're talking about it's like maybe 80 degrees there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy. It's true. Yeah.
If I was going to be concerned about any global warming, it would be the deforestation of the rainforest and the
Well,
Amazon.
I wasn't concerned. I was just wondering if it affects.
You know, they slash and burn 1 million or 2-3 million, I can't remember, a year, acres. And that's the number one oxygen producer forest, the Brazilian rainforest on the Amazon. Yeah, they just leave barren fucking fields with no trees behind, and then they set up cattle ranches. If I was going to be concerned about anything, it's what's happening to our major oxygen producer, the rainforest. Just saying, ain't that?
Let me say this. Okay, grass. It sounds silly as shit. Grass is the number one oxygen producer on the planet.
No, I mean as a global area, a country.
Yeah, grass.
Yeah, right, grass.
And
Yeah.
it's not just the trees. It affects the food chain and everything else. Like people, like I watched this documentary on koalas. Koalas, when they go through and they bulldoze these areas, the koalas will either stay or they'll leave the area and then come right back. And they'll literally stay in that area. Like they won't move. There's no trees around, nothing. They just sit out there.
But they can only eat eucalyptus leaves, right?
No, I think they can eat other stuff. I think they just prefer to eat eucalyptus leaves. Because I know that they feed their young their excrement, because that is how the entire, well, not the entire, but a majority of the koala population has chlamydia. They literally pass it to their young, and it's just like generational STDs, I guess you could call it. That was a weird fact I learned on the internet. I was like, well, koalas got a little less cuter, but they're still kind of cute. Just don't want to touch one.
What? Yeah, they got claws that can scratch. They have teeth too. No matter how friendly any animal looks, don't forget, if it can eat food, it can bite your ass.
That's what I think about my house cat. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, dude, if you were like 150 pounds bigger, you'd be trying to eat me right now.
Holy shit.
What?
Alex Jones said he could eat your ass.
Yeah, don't touch the koalas. Stop the spread of
Yeah, don't
koala
mess with
pox.
koalas. No koala pox, please.
Yeah, no koala pox. We already got the
see,
monkey
Fauci's working on it right now. He's
I
like,
know.
it's genius.
That's
Thank
genius.
you.
I should have thought about that.
Yo, Screaming Eagle, good to see you.
Well, Biden's already saying that he needs that this new fucking set of vaccines for the fucking 5-year-olds and under is to fund money for the new pandemic. And it's like, what new pandemic are y'all working on? Because the monkeypox ain't scaring people. People are more scared about their whole entire country crashing down. People are more scared of fucking $6 a gallon, $7 a fucking gallon.
Yeah,
I think I had chicken pox when I was a kid. I had those little swollen pimples on like the back of my hands and my forearms.
I remember when my cousin got chicken pox, my dad took me over to their house.
I still remember.
All my cousins were there, and we had a sleepover in the basement. We all got chicken pox.
Oh, you had a chicken pox party on purpose?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they did it on purpose, so that way we got it out of the way. Well, we're all young. I haven't had chicken pox since.
My mom just pulled me out of school and kept me home. We didn't have no fun.
Yeah, I think that's fair, because, I mean, you don't want to give all the other kids chicken pox without...
Yeah, my mom's a smart lady.
Hey, Bruce, it's Team Ash from Twitch.
Who is Alien? I can't
remember.
Zoom
bait.
It's Zoom bait.
Zoom, what's up, man?
Not much.
Good to hear you. Hey, who here knows about rodeo riding? I have further specific questions.
I've been to about 12 to 15 rodeos,
I'm
give or
about to
take.
go to my second one. Now, at the end of this thing, it's a tradition here. After they get done riding horses, they'll take and tape a $100 bill on the forehead of a bull that's got horns and let loose. Anybody can do it, not just ranchers and cowboys. Anybody there can run out there and try to snatch that $100 bill off the bull's forehead.
That's not worth it. Not for me.
Yeah, I know a guy that did it. He said, I was watching until the bull was goring this other dude when he wasn't looking at me. At 9 years old, dude. He did that shit at 9. I'm like, damn, that's impressive.
The only thing I don't like about rodeos, and I don't know if they do it there, but I don't know how popular this is, but I've seen it at about 8 of the rodeos I've been to.
The
And I
circle
think,
of fire.
no, that's badass.
That's
Where
what
they're
they
riding.
have at the end here. After the snatching the $100 bill off the bull, they do the circle of fire where I think it's like they put out a circle of rope on the ground.
Oh, I'm
Anybody
thinking
that
something
wants
else.
to can stand inside that circle, and then they let loose a bull that can just start running into people inside that circle. There's nothing protecting, but the last one standing gets like $500 to $1,000 cash prize.
Damn, y'all get that. Well, no, what I thought the circle of fire is what I've seen a few times they do at the rodeo, which isn't kind of rodeo-ish, but it's definitely fits Ohio. Is they get this like giant metal ball, and then they fucking get like 4 or 5 motorcycles and start dirt bikers in there, and they're
Oh
all
yeah,
fucking riding around in this ball, and it's like at any time they could just hit each other, and then they light the thing on fire, and then they're fucking riding around in there while it's on fire, and
yeah, I know what
it's
that
pretty
is.
bad.
I've seen videos.
But what I don't like is at the end of this rodeo, I've seen it 8 different times at least, is they bring out all the sheep and then the sheepdog, and then they got a monkey, a little ass monkey on top of the sheepdog. And the first like 3 or 4 times,
That
I'm like,
must
oh,
be
that's cute.
televised.
I'm
That's
like, oh,
shit.
what they did, I asked the worker there, because I wound up asking somebody that's working there. And the dude was like, "Nah, it's kind of messed up because what you think is that monkey's trained to ride that dog. No, the dog's just a sheepdog. It's just there to herd sheep like it's doing. That monkey has one of its hands taped to the well, it's not legit tape, but it's literally taped to the fucking
Yeah, they don't
saddle.
want him to jump off and get away in the crowd or something.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be fucked up because that monkey's just on the back. After I realized that, now when they do it, I'm just paying attention to the monkey's reaction. The monkey's just freaking the fuck out.
No shit, like a spider monkey or something like that. A
The
small one.
little one. Like the monkey, they look like the size. I don't
That
know what
sounds like
breed it is.
dude. That
The,
sounds like a televised rodeo. They did that shit for TV and sensationalism. That's not
I
a
think
true.
it's just part of the
Yeah,
specific rodeo group. I don't know. I
that's
don't know
funny.
the ins and outs of it. I don't know how they're regulated, but I just feel bad for the monkey. I'd rather just see the sheepdog go out there and do its thing by itself. You know what I mean?
But dude, do you know what I was talking about? They have a bull that's with horns standing in the middle of a rodeo corral.
But those
And they
people
let loose
volunteered to
about
do that.
20. They let loose about 20, 30, however many wants to do it. They come running at the bull all together. All right. All these people. Some get flipped, kicked, gored, but they do grind down the sharp tips of the horns to where it's kind of, I don't know, marble size. They'll still go through your skin if it's enough power behind it. I'll offer $100. Well, I just think it's like a claim to fame here. Like from here on out, you'll be known as the village idiot. I'm saying, can I do it? I start talking to him and walk up real slow, snatch the bill with one hand, have the other one in my legs going up, and then vault and somersault over his head and land beside him. Don't want to remain in front of those horns. No. As soon as you can get behind that head, I don't know if I'll do it, but I'm sitting here fucking talking about it. I might get a wild hair at my ass. I've been face to face with a bull before. I told y'all that story. It was an accident. Well, it was a trick, actually. Somebody pranked me.
If you had to, if a bull was charging you and you had to shoot it,
No,
like where do you shoot a bull? In the chest?
I didn't
Because in
even
the
have.
head, it seems like it wouldn't do much because their heads are strong as fuck, right? Depending on the gun you got, like
Dude,
a
all I had
9mm.
was a 6-foot aluminum range pole with a point on the end. I was on a landscaper field crew. All right. And you couldn't see any cattle in this, I guess it was 2-acre corral fenced in. And that's where the line ran, dude. We were laying fiber optics, but my team pranked me. They knew that fucking huge Brahman bull was in that corral somewhere, like behind a tree. And they go, just go stand out there, just take tape, just go 100 feet and hold the range pole so we can get a reading. So I'm standing there in the middle. I mean, there's no fucking trees around. There's no shelter. There's nothing. If that bull wanted to, and I feel this hot air snorting on the back of my neck. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn around real slow, and I'm just like 1 foot away from this huge Brahman bull. I mean, huge, muscular, young bull. And I'm like, to myself, oh shit. So I was like, I can barely remember what I said. I said something like, how's the wife and kids, sir? I'll be taking off now. And I slowly started walking back. Didn't turn. I didn't run. Hell no. And them motherfuckers on my crew were standing there laughing their asses off. And I'm like, you fucking assholes. They're like, we knew you could handle it. You're the new guy on the crew, so you're the short end of the stick. How could it be killed? It was right after I got out of the Navy. I think I was about 30 or something. No, didn't have no gun, no nothing. Face to face with a bull. I was at least 150 feet away from the nearest barbed wire fence. You know, so if you run, you know he's got plenty of room to catch you. Check that shit. That's a true story, my friend.
Hey, Canute. Here.
So, yep.
I need to turn in.
Not before you smoke one more with us.
You got it.
Fire in the bull.
Fire in the bull.
So nobody's going to comment on my story? Do you think that's true? I would think somebody's making that shit up if somebody told me a story like that. But no,
I don't think you're making it up.
it really happened to me.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm no place to judge.
I hate even remember it, dude. I was so fucking scared. I was like, don't show the bull you're scared. Just talk to him. I was like, how's the wife and kids? That's all I said. Dude, like, slowly, very slowly back away, looking down at the ground. Don't look the bull in the eyes. No, no, no. That's probably another reason I'm still here to talk about it.
Salute. Good job.
Yeah, good night, Colonel. Or
Have a
good
great day.
Oh, and Huckleberry is going to leave to
So I told this cowboy
studio.
Damn, everybody's leaving.
No,
So
not everybody. Not everybody. But yeah, I gotta hit the hay, man.
Yeah, I'll keep it going for a little bit.
All right. Dream well, Patriots. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Night, Wizard.
Peace out, bro.
Night, Wiz.
God bless
Good
you.
night. Good. Thank you for coming up, buddy.
So I told Canoe, I told that story to a cowboy here, and guess what he said to me? He said, I'd have taken that 6-foot range rod and shoved it in his fucking chest.
Oh.
I'm like,
What's up?
what?
What's up, Kimmy? How you doing?
Hey, Canute, I saw a C-31 a few weeks ago and a couple of Apaches flying in formation.
Yeah, there's been a lot of helicopters out doing training lately. Mostly down like in the Gulf Coast, Texas and Mississippi and Florida. But yeah, they're training all over the place. I had some Chinooks flying over here about a week ago.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of military type helicopters, but I couldn't tell you what kind. But I also live by not too far, I should say, from a few military bases.
Well, yeah, you got Wright-Patterson and Springfield down by you.
Isn't that where they flew in that like a UFO or whatever? Something like that.
Supposedly. Yeah,
Yeah, from
Hangar
Roswell,
18.
1947, Roswell, aliens, supposedly.
Well, there's always weird stuff flying in and out of there because that's where Wright-Patterson is one of the big places. It's where the Air Force Institute of Technology is. So all of the new tech that we got in one form or other at one point of time, it's been in and out of Wright-Patterson.
Yeah, it's not your average naval military base. It's Air Force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a big base. They got huge runways and a lot of ramp space. So there's always stuff, from other units across the country, transiting and moving in and out of there, just doing refuel and overnight stays and whatnot. So
it's like on the
a lot
internet,
of traffic.
They've nicknamed Wright-Pat Area 52 instead of Area 51 because
I see a lot of crazy stuff, but I think a lot of it is from because I'm not too far from the blimp hangar, and Lockheed Martin owns that now. It's like a military. They got a huge where they develop military tech.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Are you talking the Goodyear facility?
Yeah. I think
up by Akron.
Probably all of them.
Yeah, and it's
okay. Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. They were talking about building a huge airship about 10 years ago, and I think it kind of dropped on the priority list because of budget reasons, but they're still doing some work out there with the Air Force.
Oh yeah, I see crazy shit all the time.
Yeah, that's where all the Goodyear blimps operate out of.
It's probably all kinds of new weapons manufacturers, private, public.
There's somebody out here that for the last at least 10 years, I've noticed it, that flies all through this area, like those little two-seater those little two-seater planes, those little private planes.
Yeah.
And all he does is circle. And he just circles.
Well, a lot of that is you see it across the country. That's intelligence gathering planes. They're basically what they'll do.
10 years?
Yeah.
They're making sure nobody's walking up to the perimeter.
No, what they're ELINT planes.
Yeah.
They're collecting electronic data. Basically, you'll see them above cities and areas where there's weird shit going on.
Oh, yeah, there's that
had
too.
to do with the border shit going on in Texas.
Yep. There's that too.
They intercept phone calls. They track cell data, and they'll loiter and circle over an area for as long as they can keep gas.
If they're looking for somebody that's on the loose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you could see somebody on the ground from where they're circling.
No, he's talking about they can pick up their cell phone signal in their pocket and triangulate it, and then instantly get them on camera and then come in for the arrest.
Yeah, they have that capability.
Signal intel. Yep. That's why you always carry a potato chip bag in your pocket. Throw your cell phone in there, roll it up, stick it back in your pocket. They don't know where you are.
Will that really block the signal, though?
Yeah, I've tried it. I've tested it. You can do it at home. Call a friend, say, call me back in 2 minutes, then put your phone in don't turn it off. Make sure it's still on, and the person won't be able to reach you. 5 minutes later, you take it out, call him back. Did you call me? Oh, yeah, I called you. It just went to voicemail. Done it many times. I study this shit. I'm kind of scientific minded. Of course, you can buy a Faraday bag for $25 on Alex Jones's site. But I do that. It's better to put it in 2 chip bags at the same time. One might not. Make sure it's got the shiny aluminum foil on the inside. Okay. And no plastic Ziploc on the edge because that lets electronic waves in. And you got to fold over the top of the bag 2 or 3 times so it's sealed up from. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, you can go on Google and search for homemade Faraday bags. There's lots of different ideas to do it.
You can put a Ziploc bag around it first, then tinfoil, then another Ziploc bag, then more tinfoil, then another time again. 3 layers of foil. That's pretty much guaranteed unless you rip the foil. Can't have even a pinhole in it when you fold it around the phone.
Yeah, another way people do it, you get those copper scrub pads like at the grocery or hardware store. Yeah, and do a layer of aluminum foil and then break apart a couple of those copper pads and put it in between 2 layers of foil. It works just perfect.
I believe it. That's a great idea. I looked up the first Faraday cage that the military started. It's very difficult to find. I mean, you have to dig for like hours to find this shit on the internet. But it's out there in public. It says that their first ever, this is just as far as we know, was a brass mesh screen around a small room. And it gives the exact diameter of the wire brass screen and the distance of each square opening. And it's just right. And they said no fucking electronic waves could come in. Nothing.
I bet you it was designed at Ray Patterson.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. But that goes opposite of like basic science. You think, well, wait a minute, there's holes in the screen. Why can't waves come through that little hole? Like, a mosquito can come in through your window screen if the hole's too big. But somehow they figured that shit out. Now, I bought a $75 Faraday bag for my phone off the internet. Highly rated, and it's got brass mesh, but there's like no distance between the wires. It's like a cloth.
Yeah.
You can fold it, roll it with nylon on the outside. It's pretty cool. Dude, what do you think about 5G, Canoe? They're starting to advertise it big time now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's as far as my area, it's very spotty as far as coverage goes. Like,
what is it?
Yeah, they got it in, the is closer that you get to Cleveland, you get it, but I still don't have it around here.
What are you talking about?
5G internet and telephone news service. 4G to 5G, and people like Alex Jones are putting on scientists that say, oh, it's going to give you cancer and headaches. And who knows?
Well, I think it's killing like birds and shit like that for sure.
What? That land on the broadcasting tower?
No, I mean like there's videos of just birds just dropping out of the air, like huge numbers of them.
Oh, that's where they tested it at first. Yeah, but now it's being implemented. I saw a TV ad today. They were like, fuck Verizon. We cover 3 times the nation in 5G. It was fucking T-Mobile. I'm like, well, good for fucking you. I'm not signing up for it. Just because it hasn't really been tested that well.
Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I need to grab another drink.
All right, man.
Yeah, I went to go get some potato salad.
I
Hey,
just
Bert.
asked a question. Yeah, tell me.
Hey, Bruce, how big was the bear they saw?
Adult size is full size black bear. I don't know. So, but that usually would mean around 350 pounds or 400 typically, So, yeah, they said the ranger, if a fucking ranger tells you, you pretty much know it's true. She said a mama black bear had lost her cub down by the river and was searching for it. So that's a really bad day for somebody to take a walk.
I heard also that bears can get like Steve Ranella on Meat Eaters. There was on one of their podcasts. He was talking about how they were on a hunt and they knew that this grizzly bear, like the mom lost its cubs, like its cubs were killed. I forget how, but they were saying like, but the mama bear, she was like lashing out. Like she was like, they were saying like how she, like they were watching from a distance. She was just like bumping into every single tree, every rock she could on purpose. Like she was like smashing things and like
Wow.
completely freaking out.
I can imagine that.
But at the same time, don't they eat their own cubs if they have to survive?
Oh, dude, I don't know.
Because I heard that about bears.
I would think anything could happen, like what if it's below zero and somehow they're giving birth at the wrong time of year and one doesn't survive? Yeah, I guess I could see that. Not a pleasant thing to think about.
I like Steve Ranella a lot because they were on a bear hunt and I forget who it was. He had some celebrity with him, and they were like watching these bears, and there's these two bears off in the distance, and they're just fighting, but they're play wrestling. You know what I mean?
I've seen videos. Oh yeah,
and they're just wrestling around, having fun, And they're big bears, They're definitely like legal to hunt, and Steve just kept keeping the boat. They were on a canoe, and then he just kept the boat going. Or a little bit bigger than a canoe. It was a little boat, and he just kept it going. And the dude was like, "Well, why are we stopping?" And Steve's like, "I'm not gonna hunt that. Like, yeah, we could hunt them because they're legal and everything, and they're big, beautiful bears. But look at that. They're having fun. You know what I mean? Like that's like no." He's like, "No, that's not how we're doing it." He's like, I'm not gonna go like those bears are having a great time. You know what I mean? Like, why would I go interrupt that?
Right.
He's like, I'd rather watch that. He's like, I get more enjoyment. You know what I mean? Watching that from a distance. He's like,
hunters need to be sportsmanlike. They need to be selective.
Right. That's what he was saying.
Yeah. Oh, listen, man. I was having a conversation today. These fuckers, these deer hunters, moose hunters, elk hunters come around here from out of state. And they ain't even been on a farm. They wouldn't know how to close a gate behind them if they had to. They'll actually cut the fucking cattle barbed wire to go in and trespass without permission.
That's how you get shot.
And then,
yeah.
So, and then,
shit.
And then they fucking complain if you say, "Hey, you're trespassing." They get all riled up. Be like, "Fuck you." Oh, you don't know this disrespect on sports. And then when say they got something, all they do is saw the skull off and take the horns home. Look what I shot.
Yeah, it's bullshit. That's why I like meat eaters. Meat eaters like Steve Ranella, he has this whole video and it's on YouTube. And it's how to butcher a deer and everything. And he shows you all he's like, a lot of people when they kill a buck, they leave behind the rib meat because it's not much meat between the ribs. And he said, screw that. And he cuts out all the meat. And then he shows you, like, he makes burgers out of it. Right. You know what I mean? And it's fucking, they look delicious, dude.
I've only got a couple deer in my life, but I ate everything, even the asshole. All right.
Well,
Yeah. Ate the heart, the liver. I was hungry. See, in my spiritual beliefs, you don't fish and you don't hunt unless you're hungry and you cannot obtain that protein any other way, which means
well,
you don't have money to buy it at the grocery store.
you also can hunt to save up food for winter.
Same thing, it's just later.
Yeah.
But there's some states where they overpopulate so bad, they just say open season on deer because people are dying on the highways running into them. Maybe then. That only happened to me once. But
It happened to my coworker. My coworker, he seen it, what was messed up was the deer was already dead. It was laying on the road when he was going to work at like 5 a.m, and he showed me pictures of the car just the other day. This happened to him in last year, and he swerved to miss this deer in the road and wound up going offside the road and rolled his car a bunch of times and wound up upside down.
never swerve. Brake for deer.
I guess
Brake.
he said that he didn't brake the entire time, and I guess that
What
was
a
part of the issue.
dumbass. Sorry. It's just dumbass.
He's a
Brake
young
first.
kid, you know what
Never
I mean?
swerve. Never swerve. If you're gonna hit the deer, hit the deer. At least you slow down for 1 second. If your foot's on that brake. You swerve, you're gonna roll and you could die.
Yeah,
He
the way
said
They train
they train police out here, they, you know, the cops are trained that if they, you know, if they see the deer before they impact it, they're supposed to drive right through it. They're not
Yep.
supposed to swerve or brake or nothing.
Don't
They just go
swerve.
full
Yep, I
speed
know.
right through it.
I know. I've heard of the professional training. Yep.
yeah, but isn't that there's so many deer that kill people because they go right through the windshield?
Well, their reasoning is if you're going, you know, the speed limit and you get, you know, just in a second a deer is right in front of you, they tell you to accelerate to get enough, you know, momentum going so that the deer, instead of hitting the glass, is going to slide right over the top of the car.
I hit 2 deer at the same time. Well, I wasn't driving. I was in the front seat here about 2-3 years ago. They were both just hauling ass out the woods, just come straight across the highway. And we were doing the speed limit, 65. And the driver didn't swerve. He just kind of went for the brake, almost braked before impact, but there's no way to avoid it. And he told me about it. He's like, I'm a trained disabled American Veterans Hospital shuttle driver. And he's like, yeah, don't ever swerve unless it's way in front of you. You can turn and go around it. That's a different thing. But when it's up close, no, don't swerve.
It's just probably people's like basic instinct to swerve, but
that's why I'm telling you this, man. So I want you to remember that if that ever happens to you, okay? Canoe said
I remember my father hit a deer once while driving through the metro parks around Cleveland. And he was doing, I think the speed limit in the park was like 25 or 30. So that's what he was doing. And it just popped out of nowhere, you know, in the middle of a turn. And my dad went straight on and he killed it. But he must have hit it just right because the only damage to the car was a slight little dent, like maybe 2 inches in diameter on the hood of the car because it was a buck, and the antlers banged the hood of the car, and that was it. You know, it must have just hit the deer right in the head at the right spot because it just flew to the side of the road and it was instantly dead. And when the park ranger came, because my dad called it in, you know, he checked my dad out in the car. He's like, yeah, you're pretty lucky for, you know, a fatal, you know, for the deer to be instantly dead and have just that minimal amount of damage. And he's like, do you want the deer? My dad's like, what? He's like, well, you know, we always offer if you hit it, you can take it home and eat it if you want. And my dad's like, no, because he didn't want to.
Yeah, but that meat's not good if it's been hit by a car.
Just in the head.
Yeah, it all depends on how.
There was nothing wrong with the body of the deer.
Right. Rangers want you not to waste anything that dies, whether it's died illegally or not. They'll give away illegal caught game to poor people.
Yeah, when he came home and told me about it, I'm like, why didn't you bring it home? I'd butcher it. No, I didn't think about it.
Right. Well, these two that I was talking about, that we hit at 65 miles an hour in a big stretch van, just slid right off to the right side. Of course, they were running full fucking speed. I don't know how fast a deer runs, but it's like 15, 20 miles an hour. I mean, they were flying. And we hit both of them, and they just rolled down the edge of this embankment and tried to stand up and then just died. They just both died right there on the spot. But it was the middle of winter, but it only dented the front fender on the left quarter panel side, didn't even fuck with the bumper. There's no blood, didn't hit the windshield. And dude's like, well, we just can't stay here. Plus, we had no cell phone coverage. This is in the mountains of Montana. So we couldn't exactly call anybody. We just we just leave them there, drive on. It's just one of them things. But I was having a hard time, dude. I was having a PTSD attack from hell. I started trembling and shit. I was like, can we pull over and rest for a while? And oh, yeah, it really fucked with my head. I got over it. It's just like, bam, bam. 2 deer skulls going bang, bang on the front of your van. And you just know they're dead or going to die in 10 seconds. Yeah. Guess it comes with the territory. Hell yeah, if I could have cut one up and taken it home, I would have. But you can't do that when you're driving in an official vehicle that somebody else is driving. Yeah, he's like, no. I think I even asked him. I was like, can I take a hind leg? And he's like, no, don't even think about it. Get in the fucking van. We're leaving. Sorry. Hello? Is anybody out there?
What?
Yep,
Still there?
Yep.
Yeah, for a minute. I'm about to go to bed.
Man, y'all are lightweights. It ain't even midnight in the mountain zone.
I got work.
Yeah, we're East Coasters here, man.
I always have to say that to fuck with you, though.
What's up, Shadow Man? How you doing?
Dude, this dude fucking pulled through my drive-thru today, and he was like, he had a fucking 883 Ironhead Sportster. And I was like, what year is that? 2018? He's like, nope, it's a 2021. I was like, no shit. I was looking at a 2016. He was telling me, he's like, so was I. He's like, I was looking at a 2016 also, and a used 2016 one was more expensive than the brand new 2021 883. And I was like, no shit. And he's like, yeah, dude, 100. He's like 190 a month, and I paid $1,000 down. I was like, fuck yeah, I know what I'm doing at the end of winter. It's like right around springtime, I'm getting a fucking bike. My payment
I missed the brand name.
Harley. It's a Harley Davidson
Wow.
Sportster Ironhead 883.
So you ride already? You're thinking about
I've rode, but I don't have a motorcycle.
But you're thinking about it.
Well, I already know I'm gonna get one. I thought it was gonna be. I thought it'd be. Because I'm surprised it took $1,000 down. Because I was wondering if they'd take like $2,500 down, which is pretty much like half the price of a bike almost. But I figured they would. I'm assuming my payments will be a lot cheaper if I'm pretty much paying for almost half the bike. Hopefully.
Get on your bad motor scooter and ride.
Well, we're going. I have two friends. They're both coming over from Germany, and they're gonna rent a couple bikes, and we're gonna do the Route 66 tour next year. That's the plan. We're planning for 2023.
Right.
And it's probably going to be harder on me because while I'm not exactly a noob on the bike, I'm not used to riding all day. You know what I mean? Either.
Oh,
So
dude, I know. I rode from the Atlantic to the Pacific long time ago, back in the days, and those foam rubber seats can start hurting your ass after hours and hours and hours of just riding. Oh man, feels like your damn ass is just gonna fall off onto the highway. I'm serious. I went dumpster diving for a piece of foam rubber to sit on.
if it gets that bad, I'll just stop at like Walmart or a Target and I'll pick up some memory foam.
Oh, dude, I was like a bat out of hell. You don't know. All we had was enough gas to make it to the destination. There was no hotel money. All right. The fucking one wool army blanket in the desert of Texas at night, even in the summertime, you'll still shiver your fucking ass off. Oh man, it's cold.
Now, when they come here, because they're both females, they're both sisters, they might come with their dad. They're trying to talk their dad into it because their dad's the one that got them to ride. But
So they got money. They're gonna rent really
No,
hot new crotch rockets and shit.
no, they don't ride crotch rockets. They ride like motorcycles, like
Yeah,
Harleys. I think she's looking at a Honda Shadow right now.
that sounds cool. Yeah, big touring bikes. Have a good
Yeah,
time.
they don't fuck with
Now you're gonna go from what state to what state? You're thinking?
Well, we're doing the Route 66 tour, which
I know where
starts
it
in
is.
downtown Chicago and ends in California, Santa Monica Pier. But we're going to, under my advice, we're going to avoid downtown Chicago.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, that's the best idea I've heard all night.
I told them, I'm like, listen, you're
Dude,
not from
you're
here, but
mispronouncing it. It's called Chicago.
that's what I was going to ask though. Like when they get here, am I able to, or I don't know, like I probably shouldn't, because I'm going to have to do my own research, because I was wondering if I'm able to give them a gun to carry for protection, but I don't know the exact. Like I'm going to be carrying, you know what I mean?
Well,
My
you
first
wouldn't want.
clear answer, if you're going to cross state lines, you have to realize that every state has different regulations.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
definitely don't want to do anything with a gun in the state of Illinois. That's just asking for trouble.
Some states you might be just fine crossing the state line. So other states would be like, oh, no, we don't honor that.
I'd wait until you're like over the river in Iowa.
I'm probably, well, I just was wondering, I'm going to carry myself for protection. I wouldn't even carry,
You can carry a machete.
on the trip, but I'm worried. I just want to make sure they're safe. You know what I mean? Because
You can carry a machete across state lines in any state in the whole fucking country.
I'm not going to carry a machete.
Yes.
I'm going to carry my Glock 19. It'll be fine.
No, I mean the rest of the group. Get them all machetes. They're like $5 at the fucking hardware store.
They're females. They're not going to ride around with machetes.
What,
I'm
dude?
like, they'll ride around with a knife. They'll carry a knife. They'll fucking ride around with machetes.
That's for camping, officer.
It's not. They don't care about the officers. They're females. They
Come on.
they don't understand why I would even suggest riding around with machete on a motorcycle.
Dude, if they're scared to carry a machete, they ain't real bikers.
They're not scared to carry a machete. It's just not in their thoughts of at all.
That's what I'm saying. But I think it's a better idea than a gun. If you're crossing several state lines with different regs. You hear me, dude?
I don't. When it comes to my friends and my family's safety, I don't give a fuck about the law necessarily. I'll just deal with the consequences, as long as my friends and safeties are my friends and my family are safe at the end of the day.
Right.
If I gotta do it, if I gotta draw my gun and use it for protection, Lord forbid, I'll do it. And
Dude,
if
you're
it's in a
preaching to the
state where they're like, "Oh my God, that's the worst thing you could do," I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it because I'd rather me deal with that than be a victim or have one of my friends or family members be a victim while I'm there.
You know what we
unable to
say,
do it.
right? You know what we say? I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
I've just lost too many people. I lost three people to shootings in 2020.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir, dude. Pack it up. I'm just saying, if other people, you were asking, I was just answering. If other
No, oh
people,
no, for other people, I was just asking, and I really thought about it, and it's like there's really not a point if I'm concealed carrying because they're gonna be with me.
most states honor CCLs from state, crossing state lines. They'll be like, yeah, you're in New Mexico, but we honor that.
Yeah,
I'll
there
definitely do my
there's a
research
couple
because
websites out there that will give a list of every state, what their laws are, and it also shows the reciprocity that they have concerning other states.
Yep, canoe knows.
So it's really easy to look up.
I'll be right back.
yeah, I'm just gonna do that because I mean, I'll know what states I'm going through. We're still in the process of planning out our route, though. I'm trying to get my buddy Wayne because when he split up with his old lady a few years ago, he's got her motorcycle, which I almost bought, but I was like, he got it it's legally his and everything. But I was just worried that like if she seen me around on it, like she's definitely gonna like punch me in the face. So she'd be like, "That's my bike." Like I know that's legally not my bike, but that's my bike. So I was like, stayed away from it. But I'm trying to get him to rent. He's got like 4 extra bikes. I'm trying to get him to rent 2. But I don't know if he's gonna do it or not. It'd be definitely cheaper than renting from a dealership.
Okay, I'm back. So I missed the last 1 minute, but I'm with you, UFO. Do whatever it takes to keep yours safe. I mean, what part of infringed don't you understand? My CCL is called the United States Constitution. How you like that?
Well, we just got they just voted in. It just cleared legislature and the governor's office. We now have constitutional concealed carry here in
I saw
Ohio
that. That's right.
as of a couple of weeks ago.
Congratulations. I saw that on the news. Yeah.
I'm still getting my CCW, so I don't gotta do all that paperwork for a background check. They just fucking scan the card and go.
I refuse to get the licensing because I'm not sure if how it works now, but in the last couple of years, in Ohio, if you applied and got a CCW, well, no, if you've had a CCW in Ohio under the old law, and you go to get an Ohio medical marijuana card, you instantly lose your CCW rights.
What the?
I heard that also.
Yep.
But
That's been a big contention for
a veteran or not? Veteran?
It don't matter. Yeah, if you apply and get a medical card,
Holy shit! I
you
saw
instantly
this
lose the
coming.
right to get CCW.
yeah, but I don't.
mean,
I'm never gonna get my medical card because it's so expensive. Like they tax it so high. I'll just go through the black market. Like, fuck that. I'll never buy medical, and the medical's not even as good as what I can get.
Yeah.
Especially in Ohio. In Ohio, stupid. They built a grow op in my city. They're dumb for building one in my city because that place got robbed 6 times before they moved it. And then
Yeah,
when
I
they
heard about
moved it,
this.
they
Yeah.
hit the armored truck 3 times.
Yep.
But check this shit out, Canoe. So what you say, I want you to think about another possible deeper scenario. What if the veteran with PTSD has already been tested by his local VA hospital as smoking marijuana for years or whatever? That's
I don't
already
think it
in the
matters.
federal. But that means as soon as they pass that new,
It's an infringement. Infringements don't make sense.
no, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking what
Oh.
would happen if. What would happen? Does that mean
Oh.
he automatically loses? They'll come knocking on his door. We want your concealed carry license right now. Hand it over, motherfucker. You know,
No, they're probably just going to
could.
send you a notice to appear for full court, and the court would probably tell you that they're suspending it for blah, 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 blah reasons.
And you have
Well,
30
and
days to show up to the
depending on where you
courthouse.
live, like okay, here's the way it works in Ohio. All in the past, since we got CCW permits, that's all handled by sheriff's departments. And we have a lot of sheriff departments in the state that do not comply
Right.
with federal mandates
Right.
on all different kinds of issues. So depending on what county you're in, if the government says, well, you got to go after this guy's CCW, the sheriff just might tell him to fuck off.
That happened in Ohio. There was a fucking ATF agent that fucking went to this dude's house in Columbus, Ohio, or it was Dayton, Ohio. And this ATF agent went to take this dude's guns. And the dude fucking locked the door and called 911. 2 sheriffs showed up and arrested that ATF agent. And the ATF agent wound up getting in a struggle with him, and the sheriffs had to tase his ass.
Yep, I heard about it.
That happened here in Montana.
That happened in Ohio, too.
Also, actually, the fucking sheriffs arrested FBI agents here trying to confiscate a dude's gun at his front door. The sheriffs arrested the fucking FBI, kicked him out of the state, and said, "Get your ass out of here. That shit don't happen around here."
I just don't think gun grabs are realistic because how much resources can you dedicate to Wacos? Like, it's just going to be a Waco and Ruby Ridge everywhere.
Times a million, right?
Right.
Well, here's the thing. Look at the new legislation that Biden just signed the other day is for the gun control.
But who's going to listen to Biden?
There's red flag law,
Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
Involved with that, so
I need to read that. What does it say, Canoe, in a nutshell?
I don't know. You'd have to look up online. I don't know the specifics of it, but there were red flag, initiatives involved with the bill.
Do you know what infringed means? What is the fringe?
Yeah, we know, Bruce. It's
a fringe of a sweater. Now, hold on, follow me for a second, because I've been thinking about this a long time. A fringe.
Right,
a fringe
so
means the edge, right? So you could take one little piece of a sweater that's hanging off, that's been braided, and tug on it, and the fringe starts to unravel, right?
Yeah, we know. It's all semantics.
I just had to put it into words for you. That's what infringed means. The right shall not be infringed. You don't even start, not one tiny little tug on one tiny little piece of the yarn hanging off the fringe of the sweater. You start tugging on that one little piece and keep tugging long enough, the whole fucking sweater is going to unravel. The whole fucking sweater. Sorry, I just had to say that. Thank you. It's always going to be like the old Wild Wild West, too. People are going to have guns. The bad gunfighters are going to have no regard for laws, regulations. I know I'm preaching to the choir, but
I remember here in Ohio,
People will suffer the
over
karma. If it's a bad man with a gun, a good man with a gun is going to shoot him down sooner or later.
about 15 years ago, here in Ohio, we had there was a sheriff on the eastern part of the state who made a public announcement saying that if citizens really wanted, to feel safe in their homes, to buy their own
Yep,
guns,
buy their own rifle.
because his sheriff's department they were at extreme low staff levels, and pretty much like they had only like 3 or 4 deputies to cover the entire county. And
I saw that
he
on the
basically
news, dude. Yep.
yeah, he basically told the news during his press conferences, like, we do not have the manpower to respond, instantly to whatever situation arises. He's like, if you feel your life or your property or your family is threatened, make sure you get yourself a gun and know how to use it.
I can't remember where that was. What state? Somewhere in the South, I think.
We had it here in Ashtabula County, Ohio, out where Sick Pat used
That's
to
where it
live.
was?
Yep.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, where Sick Pat,
Yeah,
where
right.
he lived before his house burnt down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I did not remember that part. That's fucking, I salute that, man. Yeah, sheriffs are a different thing.
They're about the only law enforcement I respect.
Yeah, they respect the populace is why.
Well, they don't take an oath to, a corporate entity like a regular police department does. They take an oath to the people.
See, I've been researching this shit for a little while, and I can't find out. Like, I type in to the search engine, quote, where do local police get their authority? And then it just says from the mayor. Well, the mayor's an elected official that controls 100 cops with what? Just he can just change his fucking ideas about law enforcement day to day.
Well, the Wizard's the one you want to talk to about that. He's researched all that shit. I don't know it as well as
but
he does.
each fucking sheriff, dude, is elected by the people.
Yep.
Cops are not elected, but sheriffs are. See, I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm trying to catch up, dude. But sheriffs here are cool. They're like, you got a gun? Cool. Let me see it. Damn, that looks like just like the one I have at home. Here you go. Have a nice day. I've had a sheriff do that here to me. He's like, you doing good? You got enough water? Got enough food? I'm like, yes, sir. Everything's fine. Yep. And a cop, he'd be like, oh, shit. Is this stolen? Let's run the serial number. Right? Can you? It's a whole nother world. But
I know this. I can recite by memory the serial number of my carry gun. If cop wants to check it out, just tell him Echo, Pizza Bravo 083.
But you see what I'm saying about the difference between sheriffs and cops?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A cop would be like, let's run this fucker. Let's see some ID. Sheriff's just like, oh, cool gun. Have a nice day.
No, you see, like my local
I was like,
department,
is this okay? I asked him, right? I was like, is this okay? Am I doing anything wrong? He's like, dude, the sheriff said to me, he said, if you did not have a gun up here in the mountains, then I would be worried about you.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Like, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah, my local police department, I get along with them. But if I have to do an actual interaction with any of them, I prefer to deal with the ones that I do know as opposed to the ones that I don't know.
Yeah, you never
because
know.
I know the ones that are assholes, and I know the ones that are legit, and I know the ones that are crooked. And if I happen to run into a crooked cop, I know he's crooked. I tell him, yeah, I want a supervisor on the scene. I'm not talking to you.
Does that work sometimes?
Well, if you request a supervisor, they have to make an effort to get one down there if there's one available.
Damn.
You know, if they're out, if you got, you know, if you're stopped and you request a supervisor and say there's only one supervisor on shift and he's dealing with another incident,
Right.
yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah,
But
I've seen such scenarios watching cops TV series.
yeah,
And they usually laugh at you at that point, like, "Our supervisor's busy, hands
well,
behind your back."
then you just start name dropping. You like tell them, like, if the guy's hassling, it's like, well, I'm going to make a complaint against you, and I'm going to file it with, Lieutenant Jones in the morning,
And
and
you
they're like,
can't do
what?
that. Yep.
Oh, you can, yeah, and
Yes, absolutely.
like, Lieutenant, and I'm like, yeah, I've known him for 20 years. I drink beer with him.
But most people just, if you watch all these big city cops TV, the cops TV series has been on for 30 years.
Yeah, it's one of the longest running shows in the world.
Did you know that they're actually starting a new series now?
Well, no, that's the
by Langley. It's still by Langley. It's still by the same people.
well, the
Starts
new
in a
show
week.
that I heard about was
It starts in a
that
week from now.
they said it would, because they had that show Live PD that got
Yeah.
canceled a few years
Right.
ago. They're
Yeah,
bringing that back under a different name, and that's
that's
supposed to
that's what
start.
it is.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's not the
Yeah,
cops.
that's kind of lame show.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing, but
Right.
nothing will beat Cops. That's a great show.
I think I've seen every episode, dude. They still run reruns right now.
Well, yeah, they're on like their 34th season.
Well, they said the latest one was from like I think 2010.
No.
No,
They've been
12,
they're like the ones that they're airing now are probably from last
18.
year. From last
Wow,
year.
see, they only play them as reruns. I don't get the subscription cable. I get the freebie channels.
Yeah.
So it's always a few years, but wow. Yeah, and then they say, "Oh, you just need to sign up for our streaming app."
Well, I don't watch TV conventionally. I pirate
dude,
most of
I
my
am
shit.
not giving them my fucking money to watch reruns.
Exactly.
Now, if it was live, maybe I would throw $5 a month their way. No. Dude, if anybody told you lately, Canute, you're a pretty cool dude to chat with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could.
you are. Nobody understands the shit anymore. They're like, defund the cops. Dude, what happened? They defunded the cops and then burnt down 250 cities in the United States back in 2020. They tried to set fire to federal courthouses, ICE facilities. People died. I think like 250 fucking people died nationwide. Oh, but a few Trump munchers can't go to the Capitol.
Yeah. That was all a big setup.
Oh, no, man. I still kind of hold that against Trump. He should have seen it coming. Even though he didn't really encourage what happened. You get me? But he should have.
Yeah, but he let
should
it happen so that he could expose the opposition, because he
that's a
knew
good
the
point.
truth would come out.
That the swamp would be revealed. Yeah, that's
Exactly.
a good point, too. That's a good point, too. I just wish that shit hadn't happened, though, for some reason. I don't know.
2 years and we'll see.
Yeah, I still hope Trump gets reelected. Absolutely.
Yeah.
With all my heart. Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see it happen, but to me, it's not necessarily.
Uh-oh. Who? DeSantis?
No, anybody, but
Ron Paul? Rand Paul? You said anybody.
Anybody on the right side.
Rand Paul would make a great president, in my opinion. Rand, not his daddy, Ron.
Yeah, I know.
But still, there's a snowball's chance in hell of an independent getting elected. It's never happened before. So, no Trump, then who? Who you going to vote for? Who you going to call?
Well, there's 2 years left, man.
Anybody could
Flood-
emerge, kind of thing.
Exactly. I wouldn't mind seeing Hawley run.
Who?
Josh Hawley from Missouri.
Oh, I've seen that.
But
on TV.
he's a little too young.
Oh, we're talking
I
possible
tell you,
scenarios here, right? We're not
I
talking
wouldn't mind seeing General Flynn run.
right. I think DeSantis would make a good president if, God forbid, Trump doesn't throw his hat in the ring. I would vote for Ron DeSantis from Florida. That motherfucker kicks ass. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But dude, it's too late for somebody to emerge from the shadows. They will have no name recognition. All these old grandmas and grandpas that are 80 years old that only get 30 minutes of TV every night from their local CBS, they won't have any fucking clue who all these other people are. But when they see that name Trump, they'll be like, oh yeah, Trump? Yeah, check.
That's the wonder of the internet, man.
Well, yeah.
You know, instant communication. We got 2 years.
But do you know
grandma, little 83-year-old grandma is going to hear about somebody relatively new that pops up on, you know.
See, that's what I'm saying, right?
You know, it could happen.
But it could, yeah. The future is unwritten. That's why I ask you, who you gonna vote for?
Yeah. Wait and see.
Actually, as a protest vote, if it gets all mixed up and diluted, I'm gonna write in on my ballot. We still get paper ballots here. I'm gonna write Ted Nugent.
That'll never happen.
Well, it's called a protest vote. Whoever reads that ballot will see it and
go, I know that.
Damn, we pissed people off.
Yeah, well, that to me, protest votes are wasted votes.
If it makes me feel better, it's not a total waste. Right?
Yeah, that's debatable.
You're so cool, Canute. Oh, man. I hope you're doing better, man.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with some muscle problems in my back and my side.
Oh, dude, my fucking muscle cramps today in my leg. Oh, dude. I had to take a pill. Just starts fucking twitching and shit. Oh, man. But I'm going for an MRI soon. Be my first one in 20 years. I'm like, damn it, I'm fucking in pain every day. Why doesn't anybody care? And my new doctor, he's like, oh, okay, I care. You want an MRI? Here you go. Writes it down right then. You're scheduled, dude. Thank you. Finally. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm supposed to be paralyzed. I'm supposed to be wheelchair bound by now. According to University of Washington neurologist. I could feel my fucking spine popping out of place every time I bend over to pick up a piece of trash or whatever. Yeah. And the scariest part, if my spine totally gives, I wouldn't just be paralyzed, I'd be dead. But I still made it 10 years past that prediction. Your shoulder still giving you shit?
No, it's my middle to upper back.
Oh, shit.
On the left side below the shoulder, and then all along my left side, you know, from my armpit down to like my lower back. It's probably due to the fall that I took back in January. It just took this long to materialize.
Oh, yeah, that shit happens. Dude, you fell? Please remind me in a nutshell what happened. I'm not here all the time.
I fell at work on black ice and snow. And I fell
That's right.
I fell directly on my back, and I winged my elbow hard into the pavement and fucked
Like a
my
reaction trying to brace yourself with the
well here's the thing, like my elbow had been bad for a while,
oh shit.
and when I fell I deliberately tried to roll away from so that I wouldn't impact my elbow, but I fell on my back and my elbow just naturally came down hard on the pavement, and it fucked up my left arm for a while. It's the elbow and the arm are getting better. It's not 100%, and I doubt it ever will be. But just within the last 2 months, this back issue in my side has been popping up, and it's rather annoying. Hard to
Hey,
get
Canoe, I'm
things.
not a doctor, and I know you've got some appliance, but if you could ever get like just buy a bag of ice at the store and lay on it for like an hour every night right before bed.
Well, I have freezable
Right.
ice
Ice
packs.
ice is your
And
friend. It hurts at first, but it feels so good. You can force
that's
yourself.
only a temporary fix, though.
You
I
know,
probably
you've got medical training. I can't
I
tell
know.
you anything.
Yeah.
Ice is your friend. What? And most people, it's like, well, it hurts my skin at first. Yeah, but if you leave it there for 2 or 3
Oh no, I've dealt with ice
it
therapy
numbs it.
before, long term. I know what it's like.
Yeah. Man, that sucks. Was that 4 years ago?
No, it was back in January.
Well, dude, 4 years ago, you remember I slipped on black ice on the sidewalk in town and snapped my fucking tibia. Yeah, I broke my fucking leg.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You don't remember?
I
Where nobody
remember.
would buy me groceries. None of my VA friends. I'd offer to pay them plus the cost of groceries. And they're like, oh, I'm busy. I've got a wife and kids. Meanwhile, I'm starving with a broken leg up a flight of stairs. You don't remember that shit?
I remember it.
Yeah. Find out real quick who your friends are when you're hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
I ain't got no fucking friends. I got pretend friends. Yeah. I think you're my friend, Canoe. A little
Yeah,
bit.
you're my friend too, brother.
What, me?
Yeah, you.
A fuck up like me. Thank you.
All right, man. I'm shutting down. It's past 2 o'clock here. I still got to take trash out
I
before
feel
I go to
that.
bed.
Yeah. Happy trails.
Rock on, dude. We'll catch you later. Everybody in the chat, Ragged Coin and Skullraiser. I think that's all that's left. You all take care and have a good one. We'll catch you later tonight. Peace out.